Please subscribe to my channel and do hit the bell icon. Hello to all dear students. In this video we will be discussing about the last topic of pharmacogenetics, that is the transporters. Now we just concentrate on the gastrointestinal tract, as you can see over here in this image. And in the gastrointestinal tract still you focus upon the intestine. So here on the intestine several transporter proteins are present, and what is the role of these transporters protein means it will cause absorption, that is movement of drug from the site of administration into the general circulation. Okay, so these transporter proteins, they are involved in the intestinal absorption and distribution of drugs throughout the body. Even they are responsible for the efflux of the drugs out of the body. An increased appreciation of the influence of these transporters on the uptake and efflux of drugs into or out of the tissues has enhanced interest in the pharmacogenetics of these transporters. It is likely that significant issues in oral drug bioavailability and variable pharmacokinetics results from genetic polymorphisms in transporters. So unlike of the drug metabolizing enzymes that we have discussed in the previous videos, our current understanding of transporter pharmacogenetics is not well developed and consequences of SNPs are not that clear. Okay, so our first transporter is MDR1, that is P glycoprotein. The MDR1 or ABCB1 gene codes for the efflux protein P glycoprotein. So it is a kind of efflux protein. Efflux protein means this transporter will cause uptake of drugs from various organs of our body and will cause efflux of these drugs, means it will cause excretion of these drugs. It is frequently associated with drug resistance to anti-neoplastic agents including vincristine and doxorubicin. In cancers that expresses P glycoprotein, the drug is transported out of the cells, keeping the drug concentration inside the target cell low. Okay, so suppose this is a cell and this is the P glycoprotein, and inside the cell there are the drug molecules. So what this drug transporter will do, it will transport these drugs out of the cell, keeping the concentration of drug inside the cell very much low. ABCB1 gene, it has got almost 66 SNPs, and among these, 3 most studied SNPs are 2 synonymous variant and 1 non-synonymous variant. And among these synonymous SNPs, these are reported to result in decreased expression of P glycoprotein due to decreased mRNA expression, unstable mRNA, or alterations in protein folding. See, we know that these transporters, these are a kind of proteins, and for synthesis of proteins you might be knowing, first of all, transcription is required followed by translation. So some kind of problem in the transcription step will be taking place, which may result in decreased expression of P glycoprotein. When expression of P glycoprotein is reduced, then what will happen? See, this P glycoprotein is mainly responsible of efflux, that is removal of the drug out of the body, and when this is reduced, then what will happen? Yes, the plasma concentration of the drug will be increased, leading to toxicity of that particular drug. The effects of these SNPs on drug serum levels have been examined in multiple studies with substrates including digoxin and docetaxel. The reported results on the pharmacokinetic profile of these two drugs have been inconsistent, with studies showing increased blood levels or no change compared to the wild type gene. These results highlight the dependency of the individual substrate, the complexity and the effect of specific tissue transporter expression, which contributes to the pharmacokinetic profile of each drug. Additionally, there are also known inhibitors of P-glycoprotein that complicate the prediction of the pharmacokinetic profile in patients that are administered multiple drugs. Okay, so the picture is not that much clear, but it is known that whenever any polymorphism of this P-glycoprotein occurs, it will cause a reduced expression, which may lead to increased plasma concentration of the drug inside the body. Our another transporter is ABC transporter. Here ABC means ATP binding cassette. It is a superfamily with 6 members, currently of which MRP1, that is ABCC1, MRP2, that is ABCC2, and MRP3, also known as ABCC3, are commonly known to affect drug disposition. These transporters can be expressed in cancer cells, which confer resistance to the chemotherapeutic agents tamoxifen. It appears that polymorphisms in this family are rare and occur at different frequency among different populations. Despite numerous studies, the functional importance of these polymorphisms remain unclear. Future studies with specific substrates and polymorphisms may ultimately provide additional information on the variable responses or adverse effects of drugs. Next, our last transporter is solute carrier transporter. Another important class of drug transporters is the solute carrier transporters, such as the organic anion transporter protein and organic cation transporter. OATP, that is organic anion transporter protein, obviously as the name says, it is involved in transportation of anion either outside to inside or inside to outside of the cell. Similarly, the OCT, that is organic cationic transporter, it is mainly involved in transportation of cations. These transporters are located throughout the body and have various roles in the transport of many different drugs. OATP1B, coded by SLCO1B1 gene, is a hepatic influx transporter with at least 40 non-synonymous SNPs identified that results in either an altered expression or activity of OATP1B1. Okay, so this transporter OATP1B1, since it is OATP, means it is a kind of anionic transporter. Okay, and it is mainly present in the liver, involved in influx, that is movement of drug inside the liver. Okay, and we have got nearly 40 non-synonymous SNPs of this particular transporter. It has been identified, and which results in altered expression. Altered expression means its normal role is influx of the drug inside the liver. So any altered means it won't cause influx of drug inside the liver. So this can be maybe a kind of alteration in its function. While the clinical consequences of all these SNPs are unknown, one SNP, that is C.521T more than sign C, has been associated with an increased risk of simvastatin induced myopathy. See, simvastatin, it is a lipid lowering agent, and myopathy, it is a kind of adverse effect which may occur when there is increased plasma concentration of simvastatin. So this particular transporter, that is C.521TC, this particular transporter, it is a kind of SNP. Okay, it is a kind of polymorphic transporter, and it is a kind of abnormal transporter which may cause reduced efflux of simvastatin, because of which the plasma concentration of simvastatin will be increased, leading to simvastatin induced myopathy. This non-synonymous SNP is associated with a lower plasma clearance of simvastatin and is found in the SLCLO1B1 star 5, star 15 and star 17 alleles. These alleles are present in most populations with a frequency between 5% and 20% and warrant the avoidance of high dose simvastatin, that is more than 40 mg, or treatment with another statin to decrease the risk of simvastatin induced myopathies. Okay, so these allelic, that is star 5, star 15 and star 17 alleles are been associated with such kind of transporter that will cause reduced efflux of simvastatin, and such kind of alleles are being found in about 5 to 20% of people. So better to reduce the low dose of simvastatin is one option to avoid simvastatin induced myopathy, and another option for avoiding such kind of problem is better to take another statin instead of simvastatin. Okay, so that was about this video regarding transporters pharmacogenetics. I hope you people found this video helpful. Thank you for watching.